Hi everyone, welcome to Nana's Tiny Kitchen. Sorry I haven't been making videos the last couple of weeks, but the weather kind of took a turn for the better, and I like to get outside and start digging in some dirt and stuff, and now it's pretty much winter again, so here I am. Anyway, I had a hankering for Baked Ziti, so that's what we're going to do today. And it's really easy to do. There's a couple of different things that you can do with it, which we'll go over. But first we're going to start with our sauce. Now, the sauce for a Baked Ziti is not a meat sauce. It's just a regular straight up marinara sauce. And if I see you buying the sauce from the jar, I'm telling. Okay, this is so easy. I had some of my jarred sauce, because if you watch my other videos, you know that I grow my own tomatoes for the sauce. And I use 2 jars, which is the equivalent of I want to say about 2 cans of like a crushed tomato. I'm heating up my pan right now. I'm going to give it a little swirl of extra virgin olive oil. Make sure you're buying good quality ingredients too. That happens to be a Sicilian olive oil that is out of this world. Anyway, I chopped up probably about 1/3 of a cup of onions. I got a couple of cloves of garlic. I got my fresh basil. I got a little bit of oregano. I'm going to grab some salt too. Some salt. I got a little bit of sugar, some tomato paste. So right now I'm just going to get these onions started and sauteed. I'm not going to add the garlic right away because I don't want the garlic to burn. I want everything else the onions to sweat out a little bit. My daughter's birthday was not too long ago, and I made her the lasagna roll-ups. If you look under my videos, you will see that video. And I buy the thing of ricotta, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with the rest of this ricotta? I said, wait a minute, I'll make some Baked Ziti. What the heck? I got some rolls in the oven right now that are rising. The oven's not on, but I just needed a place to put them because I am going to do some mozzarella garlic bread. Yes, I said it. Okay, let's make sure this is not too hot. Onions are looking great. I'm going to grate some garlic in there. With the garlic, you could go as much or as little as you want. That was like 2 normal sized cloves of garlic. I don't want the garlic to overpower the flavor in the sauce. Give this a couple of stirs. The onions are already turning translucent, which is wonderful. That's exactly what I want. So now I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste. Buy your paste in the tube, not in the can. Probably 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. This way when you need to store it, if you're not using the whole thing, you put the cap back on, you stick it in the fridge. Stir this around a little bit until it becomes fragrant, until you start smelling the sweetness of the paste come through. This is a really easy and quick sauce. When you're doing a Baked Ziti, you're baking it in the oven basically for, I don't know, 25, 40 minutes, depending on how big of a thing, sometimes up to an hour, depending on how big of a tray that you're making. So your sauce is going to continue to cook. And that's the reason why you don't cook your pasta when you cook the ziti. You don't cook it all the way. Like 2 minutes short of, because it's going to continue to cook when you put all the ingredients in for the ziti. Okay, now I can already smell that tomato paste. Wonderful. Now I'm going to put my sauce right in. Wonderful. There we go. I am going to tear some basil. If you're using a shaker of basil, I want to say a good tablespoon. This was like a palmful of fresh basil. And a little bit of oregano, not too much. Half teaspoon. I don't want the oregano to overpower. Give it a squeeze while you're getting it in there. If you have fresh oregano, that would be great. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar. I get you open. What I do with my tablespoon? Where's my tablespoon? Hello, tablespoon. All right, never mind. Oh, here it is. Hello. I'm going to take a tablespoon of sugar. Give it a sprinkle. Really, really easy, delicious salt. About a teaspoon of salt. A little swirl of balsamic. If you have red wine, about a quarter cup. I didn't have any red wine. A good sweet balsamic is a perfect substitute. Get this stirred up. Well, there was still a piece in there that was frozen from the jars. And now, the best part, the rind of the cheese. Get a chunk of either Parmesan or Romano. I like the Pecorino Romano. And take a chunk of the rind and drop it right in the sauce and let that cook. Now this is going to go for about a half an hour. Put the cover on it, put it on low, and I'm going to reset my timer because I have my timer set for my rolls for 30 minutes. And in the meantime, about 20 minutes in to this sauce cooking, I'm going to get my ziti going. Okay? All right. Sauce is done. Was cooking for a half an hour. I cooked up my pasta. That's all ready to go. Make sure that you're salting your water really good when you're boiling your pasta. And make sure you have a pot that's big enough, because a lot of people, when they cook pasta, they don't cook it in a big enough pot, and that's where you get your sticky from. And this was cooked perfectly, a little bit al dente. Now we're going to start putting this ziti together. Now, get yourself a bowl. We're going to take some sauce and get rid of this. And I'm just going to put a little on the bottom. Ooh, I can take out my rind of cheese, or part of it. Oh my God, the sauce smells amazing. It's so easy. You saw how fast I put that together. You can certainly do that. We're going to add our pasta. Some sauce. Now remember that ricotta is going to suck up a lot of that sauce. So there's no such thing as too much sauce in your ziti. There's nothing like eating baked ziti and it's dry. No, no, no. This is no dry. Okay, now we're going to add some ricotta. A couple of tablespoons. Get this stirred together. Make sure it's stirred really good together. A little bit more sauce. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, here's my cheese. I'm going to put my cheese right in there. Hey, I got some stragglers. I took a regular brick of mozzarella cheese, whole milk mozzarella cheese. Mix that up really good. Now I'm going to get some Romano cheese. You can certainly use Parmesan, but I like the Romano cheese. Let it snow, baby. My favorite part. And just a little tip. If you know of anybody that suffers from heartburn from the sauce, the sugar, the little bit of sugar helps. And you can peel and drop a potato, a whole potato, in the sauce while it's cooking. And it removes the acid from the sauce. And you can actually eat that potato afterwards and be just fine. Give this a stir. A little more sauce. Now I got my casserole dish right here, which I'm going to put my ziti in. I'm going to take a little bit of sauce, put it underneath, almost like you would do with the lasagna. Just give it a good coat on the bottom. And now, let's switch this plate. Pour this right in here like this. Spread it out. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background. I always like to have old school Italian music when I'm making Italian food. Okay, put this aside. I got my extra sauce. Because like I said, that ricotta is going to suck up that sauce. There's no such thing as too much sauce. And I also want to save a little bit of sauce to coat it after it comes out of the oven. I got some more cheese right on the top. And after I get this in the oven, I'm going to start putting together that garlic bread. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. As much or as little as you want. Don't be cheap. I'm saving these pieces of mozzarella for the garlic bread. Do I have any other ones that are broken up? Yes, I do. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, now, I'm going to take a little bit more sprinkled cheese. Don't use that stuff out of the container, please. Get yourself a nice brick of Parmesan, Parmigiano Reggiano, or Romano cheese, or both. Sometimes I like to use both, depending on what I'm cooking. Go over the top. And now, this is my little trick. You don't have to do this, but it really does add a delicious flavor, and it helps keep it nice and moist and amazing. I'm going to take some butter. Yes, I said butter. And I'm going to quarter up a couple of slices. Let's see. And I'm going to place it right on the top. Did I mention this is the Nutrisystem Weight Watchers version? Listen, you don't eat this every day, so really relax. Right on the top a little bit more. Okay. Okay, let me give my hands a rinse from the butters. And now, we cover it with foil right over the top. Just like this. And give it a couple of pokes. This is going to go in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. And then I'm going to take the cover off. My oven is set at 375 right in the center rack. The last few minutes I'm going to take the cover off so the ends could get a little bit crispy. I mean, you don't have to, but everybody likes that little bit of crisp on the top. Here we go. There you go. 375. Let's set it. Piece of mozzarella. I'm going to set it for 25 minutes, and I'm going to check it let me get everything cleaned up here so we can start putting together our mozzarella garlic bread. Yes! All right, I got one of my hoagie rolls that I baked earlier, and I just sliced it right down the middle. And in this little food processor thing, I have my mozzarella. I actually put some pepperoni in there, a couple of slices of pepperoni broken up, and a tiny sliver of the Romano cheese. Now I'm going to add to that, I'm going to slice up a little bit of fresh garlic, one large clove, which is probably going to be a lot. Now I'm going to add some red pepper flakes, but you can leave the red pepper flakes out if you want to. I like a little bit of heat on this. I have some oregano. I like doing it this way because it's easier to pile it on. A little bit of salt. A little bit of basil. I'm going to get this mixed up. Put it over here. Give it a couple of zaps. Oh, wow. Yes, baby. Okay, well, this is all combined up. Nice and fine. I'm going to drizzle this bread with the olive oil. Make sure you're using a really good extra virgin olive oil for your garlic bread. A nice dipping olive oil with a nice, bold, beautiful flavor. I'm going to go one side, press, the other side, press, open it up. And now we're going to put in our mixture. Everything is all ground together. Put it right in the center. It's almost like a stromboli. Pile it on. Don't be shy. Oh, wow. I did like just enough. Awesome. Now this is going to go in the oven wrapped up right next to that ziti. I'm going to cheat. I just want to. Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh wow, that is friggin' awesome. Okay, fold it back. Roll it up like this. Fold sides in like that. And we're going to put this puppy right next to that ziti. And this is going to be in the oven for probably about 15 or 20 minutes till all the cheese is nice and melted on the inside. Make some room. There we go. Okay, everyone. When all said and done, I'm going to plate it up. I'm going to show you how delicious this is. Okay, this is my favorite part. Just pulled it out of the oven. Like I said, I took the foil off of it. The oven was set at 375. I checked it after 20 minutes. It needed another 10 minutes on top of that. So that's 30 minutes. Then I took the foil off and let it go 10 minutes to crisp up on the top a little bit. So a total of 40 minutes. But it also depends on your oven and it depends on how much ziti you're making. You will adjust your time with that. I took the beautiful bread out. Oh my God, this is going to be so illegal. Now I'm going to plate it up because I just can't stand myself. Okay, let's get a little bit of that ziti. Oh, it's crispy on the top. Not burnt, but crispy. Oh, look at that. Simply gorgeous. And a little bit of sauce that I've been keeping warm. There's nothing like a little bit of extra sauce to dip your garlic bread in. Let me take a slice of this. Look at this. Gorgeous. In the middle. It's so... I think I want to bite this first. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my God, that's delicious. Where's my fork? I need a fork. Okay. Top off. Little Romano cheese on the top. when you do the garlic bread like this and you put it in the little processor and you let everything mix up together, and then you just throw it in the middle of it, oh my God, it's so good. Make sure you use a really good olive oil. If you don't want to use fresh garlic, you can certainly use the shaker. I had it out before and I was like, nah, I'm going to use fresh garlic. Who needs friends? Now I made enough ziti to feed probably half of my block. So let's try this. That is delicious. Thank you. It's so good. Everyone, please. I know it's baked ziti. Baked ziti is like, baked ziti. Everybody knows how to make baked ziti. But I bet you never saw it with butter on top. Bet you never made bread like this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and share the videos. Subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing. I love hearing from everybody. Until next time. Thanks. Ciao. Manja.